there, guys. This morning I figured I'd take you along while we prepare to make butter. So I have these glass jars that I had when I wanted to milk my goats and have goat milk. Now, unfortunately, the goats never wound up producing babies and getting milk, so that did not happen for me. And then we had moved, so the goats all went to another farm. Here on this farm, we do not have goats just yet. I don't know if that's a thing we're going to be doing or not right now, but there is a local farm around here that sells raw milk, raw cow's milk. Cows are grass-fed, and you can see them right there. So I went and got myself some raw milk. We don't really drink a lot of milk here, so we use almond milk. If we do use milk, I don't really use like milk or anything like that. So I had gotten this raw milk today. What we're going to do is it needs to separate. So we need to let it sit in the refrigerator for like a day until it separates. I didn't even think of this. Patrick thought of it, but he's like, how are you going to get the milk out when it separates? Because the opening is so small here. And my half-gallon mason jars are kind of packed away, and I didn't feel like going and grabbing them just yet. So I'm just going to use my clear bowl here, and I'm just going to pour it in the bowl. And then this way I'll be able to see it when it separates, and then I could use a ladle to take it out. I don't think both are going to fit, so I'll put the other one in another bowl, and then we will come back tomorrow and make our butter. Quick and easy. It should be. Honestly, full disclosure, I have never made butter before on my own. I've always bought a homemade butter, but I have not made it myself. So I know it's easy. I've made whipped cream. You just kind of keep whipping it after that, right? So we're going to try, and we're going to see. We're going to make butter. Okay, we're back. I have my setup here, and I'm going to bring you a little bit closer to show you the separation from the cream and the milk. All right, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it's like right here. You can see a line. It's slight, but you can tell the difference. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but you can tell in person. But there's a distinct line right here. Maybe if I back up a little. A distinct line that you can see that it's separated. And that's what we're taking off. I'm going to use my Ninja because it's what I have, and we're going to see if it works, and it should. It does pretty well. And I am just going to ladle it off like this. I'm going to take the cream and I'm going to stick it in my Ninja, but we are not going to blend it just yet because I want it to get a little more room temperature. It's better to be at like 60 degrees because the cream will separate easier at a cool or a warmer temperature than so cold. So we're just going to do this. We're going to try and separate as much as we can, and then the rest will come out as we're mixing it. All right, this is what we had gotten. We have 3 cups of cream that we're letting sit to get to room temperature. And then I have my half-gallon and my quart jars of milk that we'll be making yogurt for another day. Looks like it's a little warmed up now. So let's turn this on and see if we can make some butter. Okay, so we are at a little around not even 2 minutes, but it is like a whipped cream consistency. So more whipping. And I've washed my hands, guys. I washed my hands. Okay, it's been like 5 minutes, and I want you to see it's starting to solidify. Like you see the water, or the milk, I'm sorry, dripping, and the bottom is starting to solidify. So we'll keep mixing. I'm going to do high this time. Okay, we are at about 10 minutes, and this is what I have. Okay, so you can see the butter in there. Let's process it. Now, what I'm going to do first is try and get some of this buttermilk out of here. And then I'm going to press it with my wooden spoon. Oops, spilling. And I might try and blend again, just to see if I could get any more out of here. Because if you look, there's quite a bit of buttermilk in here. So maybe I didn't let it separate enough. I don't know. We're going to see. But I'm going to press it out with my wooden spoon here. And I do have a cheesecloth here that I'm going to also use to just squeeze out, and I might have to stick my hands in here and get a little messy. Make sure I get all my butter. But let's do that and stick it on our cheesecloth, and we'll squeeze out the rest. We'll just get to squeezing. This does not seem like a whole lot of butter. So that's why I'm wondering if... Oops. I'm wondering if, like, I don't know, is it worth it, or is it worth it just to buy the butter? I guess I'll have to look at cost and, you know, what I get. Although you know you're getting butter from grass-fed cows. So that is one thing, but this is just not a lot of butter. So unless I did something wrong, but I honestly, oops, we'll get that later. I honestly don't know that it would be worth it to have it. Now we'll taste it and we'll see. Now we're going to do this. I'm going to rinse it under cold water. So let's do that now. I'm going to try and take it out of the cloth here. I probably shouldn't use the cloth now that I'm thinking of it, because look, it's all like stuck in there. So I'm thinking maybe let's not use the cloth next time if we do this next time. Okay, I totally appreciate you guys sticking with me while I try to make butter for the first time. This is what I got. So I put it on this parchment. I'm just going to kind of make it into a log and get it into the fridge here. But honestly, I don't think it was worth it. Now, if you guys know some seasoned butter makers, maybe if I'm doing something wrong, or if this is, you know, just what you get, or maybe I didn't let it, the cream rise, I don't know. If you guys know, let me know. But this was not worth it. This itty bitty bit of butter that I got, even for the price. So I spent $5 for a gallon of the raw milk. So now I did get milk, I did get buttermilk, and then this. But it's actually cheaper for me to buy, even if I buy a homemade butter or a butter from the store. It is cheaper, and that's what I think I'm going to do So this was, make it or buy it. I would say buy it. Okay? In my opinion, I would say buy it. All right. See you on the next adventure.